Hi everybody, welcome to the South Australian Sports Show, and we have got a big hour of South Australian sport coming up for you. My co-host, Rob Popplestone. Poppy, how are you?
Look, I'm going okay. I can't believe the weather we're having in SA at the moment. It's actually better than the performances of some of our AFL sides just at the minute. But we've got loads of sport to talk about and a lot of it really interesting stuff.
All right, we'll come back to you and your up and down and weather and comparing AFL teams. Time to get over to Libby, Hopwood, of course, to find out what's coming up this weekend and what happened last weekend here in sport in South Australia.
It was disappointment for both Crows and Port fans alike in round 8 of the AFL when both teams were defeated respectively by their opposition. The Geelong Cats defeated the Crows by 26 points at Adelaide Oval on Friday night, ending Adelaide's 8-match winning streak in what was largely Geelong's game from the outset. Port played away and they were narrowly defeated by Carlton by 2 points at Etihad. The Power managed to stay in front for the majority of the game, capitalising on Carlton's many injuries, including Levi Casbolt, who suffered a fractured tibia in the game's opening minutes. However, Carlton's late goals paved the way for Matthew Cruiser to score the match-winning goal and snatch the last gasp victory from the Blues. The Power currently sit mid-table, only 2 places behind the Crows, as the season closes in on the midway mark. In the Sandful, the Eagles dominated Port Adelaide Magpies. Glenelg came out on top against Central District. North Adelaide beat West and Adelaide, and Sturt were victorious over South Adelaide. Round 9 will bring Norwood and West Adelaide to Cooper Stadium on Friday, while Central District and Adelaide will face off at My Money House on Saturday. And finally, Sunday sees the first of the 2 games, bringing North Adelaide and Sturt together at Prospect, which will later be followed by Port Adelaide and South Adelaide at Alberton. It is an amazing moment for South Australian sporting talent as SA's own Brad Craddock fulfills his dream of battling it out with the best of the American football after being signed as a kicker for the Cleveland Browns. The 23-year-old had a diverse range of jobs before his breakthrough in the NFL, including working at a nut factory, a bus depot and as a tennis coach. Now, the former Flagstaff Hill footballer has become the first South Australian to land a roster spot in the NFL and is the first ever Australian kicker to be signed with an American football team. Craddock switches codes from football to college gridiron in 2010. In 2012, Craddock moved to Maryland University in the US to try to make it in one of the big leagues of college football. 2 years on, and Craddock broke the Maryland record for the most outstanding kicker after only missing 1 field goal for the season, gaining him the coveted LaGroza Award. Another 2 years later, he has now joined on with the Browns as a free agent. Craddock is one of only 11 Australians to have ever played in the NFL. Oz punter director Cameron McGillivray believes Craddock can only get better from here and says the sky is the limit for the young South Australian superstar who, against all the odds, has achieved his dream of making it into the NFL, a truly remarkable achievement. More than 200 competitors lined up to compete in round 3 of the Australian Karting Championships at Monarto over the weekend. There was a total of 9 classes over racing of 3 days, with the youngest drivers aged between 7 and 9 years old. Henry Arnott took out the first position in the Cadet 9 race, putting him in 5th position, 31 points behind Alex Ninevek, while Kay Allen is sitting in pole position, leaded by 57 points into the Cadet 12s. It was a tough race for Jay Hansen, who took out first place on Sunday in the KA4 Junior Division, while the KA2 Division winner Jack Doohan remains 41 points ahead of the pack. Cody Donald is in pole position for the KA3 Senior Division, despite Ben Delaney taking first place. Even with a tough fight from other competitors, Brandon Nelson is well ahead after winning the TAG 125 division on Sunday. And Marijan Kremers took out the first on Sunday and sits closely behind Daniel Rochford overall for the X30 division, although Reece Sidebottom and Davis Serra still remained on the top. To netball, and round 8 of the ANZ Championship sees a refreshed Thunderbird side travel to Brisbane to take on the Queensland Firebirds on Sunday at 11:30 a.m. Brisbane time. And it was a successful second day of the Adelaide Racing Festival, with Melbourne Cup winning trainer winning the Group 1 Derby with Howard Be Thy Name. Interestingly, the jockey that won the Derby is also a jumps jockey, making him part of a very select few that have won a Group 1 on the flat, as well as running winners over the jumps. This Saturday, we'll see $1 million up for grab at Goodwood Derby Day, and I'm hoping that I'll get down there, and I know you boys will be down there.
Yes, thanks, Libby. Poppy, you'll be down there, of course, at the Goodie.
It's a big day, the Goodwood Handicap down there at Morphettville. A really big day, some great interstate trainers, some great interstate jockeys. I desperately need a winner, and I think Blackheart Bart could be my bet. Nice and short. Times your money by 3 or 4, can't go wrong.
I only get the names. Blackheart Bart.
I don't know, but I like it.
All right, get your money on that one. Stay with us. More to come after this break.